This is Deb Helfrich, hashtag Redheaded She-Hulk. I am the founder of hashtag Wellbeing Philosophy. And y'all, this is a brand new theory of everything I got going on. Using the math of life plus evolutionary logic Therefore, I can tell a better evolutionary story about all of the harm that is happening to human beings. Here I am live. This is all improv. This is improv that came from watching the ITV, which is BBC2 TV series Vera. Brenda Blethyn bears a strong resemblance to either my mother, my grandmother, or my aunt, depending on which, there's been 7 series as to how old and what she's wearing and the hairstyle and everything. Vera. And I'm watching the quintessential episode, and I had a great session with my friend of co-parallel childhood neglect healing. We invented this process together, and it is happening. Learning to be human fundamentally without all of the acculturated nonsense, dissent, heinous, crazy elitism. The delusion of white supremacy's days is fucking numbered, because I'm coming for it. Africa's always had my back. And that means both directly in the love and respect and friendship I've received from Black people for decades, after growing up in a 98.5% white community for my first 17 years. What happened when the Black people who were my friends at Carnegie Mellon became a community that I could belong to? And we started singing and dancing together. And there was touch, just friendly touch, which had been outside of my experience of being alive. Racism is idiocy. It's complete and utter and the cultural concept of race came into being twinned with capitalism. If we want to stop dehumanization, we have to stop capitalism. Pause that for a second, which is what we have had to do because of the coronavirus anyway. Freeze evictions. Get all of the homeless people in the spare homes. Care about life. Then we'll make the numbers add up. And the grades could be crazy difficult again. So long as everyone on the planet has their needs taken care of. Some people get sick. And I've gotten sick in a very rare way, which is precisely what mental health issues are all about. They're not something that, it all works like this. We're treating mental health as though it's, first off, we can't even treat our bodies the way we do as machines. Okay, Here's the problem. We have a knee problem. Here's a surgery. Not sort of contextualizing. Is this a really morbidly obese person or really, thin athlete? Is this an older person? I know they think they do that in some way, shape, or form in some of the parameters of the surgery. And I'm not just saying whether the surgery will be successful. I'm saying if you know that about the person, there are different pre-surgical lifestyle changes that they could make. This person could get much more exercise, and this person could get much less exercise for a prescribed period of time to see if the body will heal itself. This is what we're missing. It's not a switch. You're just not perfectly well or sick. It's always on a continuum. And if you're not obsessed with your social media feed, your body's sending you these messages day after day after day after day after day. We've been taught as citizens of the US of hypocrisy to disbelieve our own body. This, our lived experience, which is boundaried by our body. Whatever you think about consciousness, wherever you might believe it is, you're wrong and I'm right. If you ever care, I'll get around to that sometime. I know it. The question is, nobody seems to be able to keep up with me. We could go on. We do not need to stop this. So if you've got time to know what I know about consciousness. Now, here's the thing. I'm like a 9-year-old girl playing with myself, creating my own little play with all my dolls. It all makes sense to me. It should all make sense to you. Every now and again, I get really esoteric, and I hand up on that. I say, "Oh, we're gonna," and we will. When I philosophize, and I got just theories erecting, we Google it in Wikipedia. There's a whole real section of logic checking. Fact checking, that's 1 + 1 = 2. That's useful. We've got to have it. Logic checking. That's what life should be doing. Life should be saying, and can I get the context? And is that the only relevant context? Okay, then no, there's 4 relevant contexts. So which one goes first? What's the most prioritization? What if I can have this but not that? Thinking clearly in a world of fake news, just to be brief, but there's a lot motherfucking wrong in human civilization in 2021. I got the time to talk it through and solution it all. Do you have the capacity to give me the value that I need? Because I'm so sorry. I might get to 1 trillion before Elon Musk. I'm not even going to try. It just might happen. Because I actually know how to boss around Elon Musk. I know how to get that Mars city built so femininely. Venus before Mars. This is why she's Socrates. What my mind does for breakfast. first and foremost, have fun playing with myself. And so sometimes I'm just like, let's learn how to sing. Let's make sure we've tweeted a billionaire in the last few days. Or at Ava, or I haven't recently. I almost did, but I was like, but I got hooked up with a number of her peeps. Yeah, I got hooked up with a number of her peeps. At Ava, I don't know. I'm a saute on the tweeter. That we don't need to do that. That'll come up. Love it. So I was going on a crescendo there. I really was. I have found the clutch. And the map of the transmission of a human brain. We're talking revs, we're talking hertz, we're talking vibration, we're talking mentation, we're talking the electrical impulses from your brain that get structure of language and all your memories and keep all your body processes humming optimally in pleasure. And you start playing and you go into artistic flow. You go into a flow state, which is an altered state of consciousness. And I'm not giving all this away. I can explain it so pristinely. And I've been trying to LinkedIn Stephen Kotler for years. It's like, how he don't want to have been interviewing an elder savant of flow. Nah, in flow is just I mean channeling. When you're doing the artistic output, when you're creating, right? It's channeling, multi-channeling, to be specific, is dialing in on memories and on all of this information, and they can rise up simultaneously in a way that it sort of is like they're now all beautifully patterned. It's having the physiological optimization to be able to carry this stream of consciousness. And then notice the pattern. And then have a philosophical hypothesis on how to make that happen. To make that happen for now 22 months. It's on tap. It's ooh, I gotta get this right. So hang with me here for a minute. What I want to do is create the perfect analogy of something that isn't entirely necessary every single day. It's got a slight intermittent, but it's like that, right? It's required every second day. I don't know if we have that. For me, almost everything in my life is every second day. Like there's just nothing I really need every day except to sleep. And if that's all I got, that's good. We just lost the power for 2 work days this past week in January 2021. Ooh, I was like, cold stress. Yeah, cold stress. It's a nice period of cold stress. The only problem is this freaking Frankenstein capitalist economic system. don't know about the value of humanity, of creativity, of philosophy, right? This is why I'm certain. Something about that. This capacity to practically apply philosophy creatively to the experience of being human as an improv performance. But I'm validated. I watch my film. I don't get it wrong. And when it's brand new, I like enjoying it. I'm like, well, this just popped up. And then again, we go do some logic checking. We get on the Google and the Wikipedia and we see the veracity of the top results. We're not even looking, because if I already know it, and I already know what to Google, so I know it. The hypothesis just comes, it's there. But what I'm looking for is the context of the hypothesis. This is how this works. Precisely how this works. On 12/21/2019, is carbon the gateway gas? I mean, I want to be she Socrates. I am she Einstein. How long? How could I? I mean, if I just wanted to prove to you that I am she Einstein, I can do that in 20 minutes. But I mean, like the full worldedness of how come I am. It goes a little something like this. It's a cycle. It's a circle. Who's our heart? Allen Iverson. Oh, absolutely yes, GOAT. Now he co-GOAT with Scottie Pippen. He co-GOAT. And if you want a tiebreaker, it's Kobe. Them three epitomize life-centric thinking. # well-being philosophy. You will not hear me talk about Allen Iverson, Scottie Pippen, and Kobe Bryant. Right? You give me more than 20 minutes. You stop making me fit these goddamn social media niche. Fuck the riches. This is about something far more precious than what any of our current monetary systems even see. Well, how are they gonna value it? Our current monetary systems are so weak, they can't value the most precious thing on earth. Human life force. So that's what we all about. The heart of Allen Iverson. And you see up here, racism is idiocy. I mean, that's where we start. Although I don't go clockwise on this. And I'm not quite sure which way I didn't go clockwise or could go clockwise. And y'all, I gotta tell you something. This is bizarre. I can't really read this. I can squint, and that's what I don't do. And I get the reading glasses. But in real life, I mean, I guess there's a point where I can just making it go far away. But I bring it up here in reverse. I can read it. That is fascinating. Okay, so because Allen Iverson won the center, and he's the answer, AI, and then this is a little too complex to read backwards. Yeah, carbon is the gateway for the link between drugs and, yeah, okay. This bottom sentence says right here, carbon is the gateway gas, the link between drugs and intentional thought. The placebo effect, right? Which is bioelectricity, hashtag the sun matters, because racism is idiocy. That is philosophical thinking. Mic fucking dropped. If then, therefore, in beyond the tetrahedron thinking, you're all so not optimized thinking wise. You'll be going again and again and again, routinely, habitually, out of the box thinking. I mean, you can talk about this, but you sure as hell ain't practicing it. Like, it's not like you seem to understand it. You know, there's onomatopoeia. So again, you know, this is 1 + 1 = 3 of onomatopoeia, which is, you know, words that are spelled and they sound this like the sound in the, it's all the word, the sound in the word, and how it looks even sometimes. Oink. It's just like you don't need to know it. It just is oink. Like it's like, and that might be way too complex one for most, but anyway. Pulling back down. I can shift my brain. Now, I train with other people, call and response and conversation. And I'm getting really good at being really fully embodied and being really complex and everything. It's been just practice. This capacity to improv about the cutting, bleeding edge. Yeah. I always pivot that in writing. I miss that in, but it's bleeding edge. You know, the cutting edge, well, that's, you know, power saw, and that's the men, 1 + 1. Bleeding edge, well, this is about humanity. And Einstein, what the Allen Iverson heart circle is all about. The answer is we've got our most famous equation ever, E = mc². In Einstein's biggest blunder, and there's an article out, it's one of the major things. I'm not quite sure if it was probably a little more something. I don't need to judge. It's just not nature, but close enough. It was you know, relatively. Again, you'll take whatever I say the wrong way. The Atlantic or Nature or National Geographic. What publication is all that? There you go. This is how philosophers think. This one, that's how Socrates thinks. I don't know what I'm trying to do, so I'll triangulate it for you. 1 + 1 = 3. Nobody's getting the profundity of that. Really, I've yet to have a human being. Debesh has come closest. He comes right in and says, well, of course, that means also 4 and 5. He gets to what philosophy. Again, it's the stand-up comic in me wanted to do a put down. Math is a tool. Math is the tool. There's no there. It's again like assuming something about the inhabitants by looking at a map. It's very similar. Map and math are tools to aid us, but they don't explain us. There's so much more, so much more. And then somehow in our culture, because money and math and all this starts to become very synonymous, and then human worth is all tied up in money, and then it takes a pandemic. But in all honest truth, what could have been better than 45 and his exit? I would not have written the script. Lives, I would, I'm not responsible for writing the script. But as the critic, as the philosophical critic, that he kept going and going and going. And that there are 4 years of things to undo. There quite literally needs to be a tribunal to hold the 45th administration responsible and all of its enablers. I mean, all of these enablers held responsible. This is a tribunal. It has to be. And this creates jobs after jobs because it's all in the data. I mean, if this country still had investigative journalists, Bleachgate escapes me. Where is this at? Where is Bleachgate? I know from some tweets, verifiable tweets by actors who were volunteering in hospitals. Primo job celebrities. There's some wackos and crackpots, and there's a lot of non-shows. But they're really stepping up to the fact of having a large audience and being the sort of editors of common sense. Again, there's all the stuff we know about, but on the good side, I'm trying to say, bravo celebs. Bravo celebs. I think again, the ones I follow. So that's already a very small slice of really verifiably caring humans. And that are salient to me. So I have Deborah Messing and Eric McCormick. I don't have Megan Jack. Jesus. Oh, Jack hands. Sean Hayes. I love it. This is what I'm saying. No slight to them as a foursome. And I don't know how somebody else must have retweeted one of Deborah or Eric. But there is, for somehow, some way, I feel like I can triangulate Eric and Deborah way beyond Will and Grace, where Megan and Sean are, these are those rules. So just me. That's how it works. This is how intuition gets explained by somebody who knows synchronicity. Like, I'd make something happen for you right now. You want to start scrolling the internet. by which I mean I could bring up a topic, giraffes, and, name that tune. Giraffes. Can I click 9 times on or less on the internet with you watching me, do search terms like elements? Melanin. I link melanin and giraffes in 9 clicks. Don't test me. Don't test me. Now this is an improv. Now this is a Zoom-paced improv. Okay, we gonna get the glasses. Deal with the. It's 31. Oh, it would have been 30. We're at the end of the bit. This has been brilliant. I say we pull a Pippen. We can turn on a part 2. Because I'm sort of feeling like life is astounding, y'all. And I can explain to you how to get into this state where you create your own best life. And why? Because why not? Why not be fully alive? Why not be the creator of your own life? Why not follow this complex, yes, but not like every human can do this. You basically just trust your body. You trust what you love. And then you start playing the game of life. Okay, well, this is my favorite star. This is my favorite painting. I like to eat this food. Triangulate that. And then just keep triangulating and triangulating. I really like yoga, but I don't like Tai Chi. You want to be as good as you can about not doing too many I don't likes. Just go with what you like. Angola won't be the top. No. See, I went negative. See, I tried to do it and I went negative. So yeah, in Angola, they speak Portuguese and I don't know Portuguese. So, but instead I could have said, Botswana is top of my list of countries I want to go to. And then Tanzania, and I've got to, go to Zanzibar. So much for that. This has been Deb Helfrich, # Wellbeing Philosophy founder. And this has been a # Redheaded She-Hulk performance over in Pippen.